Diggy Simmons just filed a massive lawsuit against Diddy, claiming the mogul allegedly ruined his life. It's shocking, and the details are even more insane. Remember when Diggy was everywhere in the industry? He had the world at his feet, dominating the scene, but then, out of nowhere, he disappeared. Well, now we're finally hearing what really went down, and let's just say it might leave you stunned. Did Diddy play a role in pushing him out of the industry? For a while, Diggy Simmons seemed like the next big thing. He was dropping hits left and right, and the entire industry was betting on him to be one of the next stars. He was on top of the world, with major industry figures backing him up. But just as he was about to hit his peak, Diggy walked away from it all. No one saw it coming. Why did he step away when he was primed to be a superstar? We're about to get the inside scoop, and it doesn't paint a pretty picture, especially when you consider the role Diddy allegedly played. A little background. Diggy is the son of Joseph "Rev Run" Simmons from the legendary hip-hop group Run DMC, and his uncle is Russell Simmons, the founder of Def Jam Records. Raised in music royalty, Diggy was destined for the spotlight. He joined the All City Chess Club, a collective that included heavyweights like J. Cole and Floyd "Fab" Williams, when he was only 15. Although the group didn't last long, Diggy's talent was undeniable. By 2009, he dropped his first mixtape, The First Flight, when he was just 14 or 15. He wasn't signed at the time, and this was before streaming blew up, so he released the mixtape on his personal blog. It immediately took off, racking up over 100,000 downloads. His profile was already high, thanks to his appearances on the MTV reality show, Run's House, which followed the life of Rev Run and his family. Soon, the industry took notice. Diggy was the hot new talent, and record labels were eager to sign him. In an interview, Diggy said, "The way I started everything was just personal. I was recording songs by myself, and it escalated. My friends were like, 'This is good, take it seriously,' so I did. I put stuff on YouTube, and with the blog era, I kept making connections and meeting people on Twitter. Within months, more than 5 record labels were chasing him, and he eventually signed with Atlantic Records. In 2010, he dropped a cover of Nas' iconic track, Made You Look, which became a huge hit. Kanye West and Nas even gave it their approval. That same year, he released his second mixtape, Airborne, which was another massive success. Then in 2011, he dropped his third mixtape, Past, Present, Future, solidifying his spot as one of the most promising young artists in the game. He wasn't just a one-hit wonder. He was proving he could keep hitting home runs. By the summer of 2011, Diggy was on the road for BET's 106 and Park, Closer to My Dreams tour, performing alongside stars like Tyga, Mac Miller, Mindless Behavior, and Lil Twist. He loved the tour life and even joined the Scream Next Generation tour that fall. But just when everything seemed to be falling into place, Diggy vanished from the scene. Why? The answer might be more complicated than we realized, and the story unfolding in this lawsuit could be the key to unlocking the mystery of why Diggy Simmons walked away from the industry at the height of his career. After performing alongside Mindless Behavior, Jacob Lattimore, New Boys, and OMG Girls, Diggy Simmons finally released his debut album, Unexpected Arrival, in 2012. It was another win for the young star, and the wild part? He was still a teenager. In fact, he wasn't even 17 when it dropped. His 17th birthday came just a day after the album's release, and it debuted at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 200. To top it off, Diggy won both an NAACP Image Award and a BET Award that same year. He was on fire. Diggy also branched into acting, with one of his most notable roles being Doug on the hit show Grownish. But behind the success and the accolades, Diggy was facing a unique set of pressures that went beyond the usual trials of fame. Yes, fame has its challenges, but for Diggy, there was a heavy burden that came with being labeled a Nepo baby, the son of Rev Run from Run DMC and the nephew of Russell Simmons, the founder of Def Jam Records. Growing up in the shadow of hip-hop royalty, people couldn't help but assume his success was more about his family name than his talent. Critics were quick to argue that despite his raps about street life and hustle, Diggy didn't have the street cred that other artists had. After all, he came from privilege, not from the struggle. Some believed his rise in the industry was handed to him on a silver platter, that the doors opened simply because of his family connections, not because of his own hard work or artistry. The Nepo Baby label followed him everywhere, and while Diggy tried to brush it off and focus on his music, the con